Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to call the remote meeting to order. Planning board meeting at February 24th, 7 o'clock. There are 3 members and our associate present. Have you all read the minutes, the previous meeting's minutes?
Yep.
I have.
Yes.
Are there any issues?
Nope.
Is there a motion to approve as distributed?
So moved.
Second?
I'll
Discussion.
second.
Is there any discussion? It's been motioned and seconded. Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes as distributed, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? Okay.
Aye.
Clerk's report, Bill.
I have nothing.
I mean, treasurer's report.
Yep, no, I got it. I have nothing.
All right. Thank you. And the planners report, we're gonna hold off for till the meeting in March. Going on. Anything from the members? We got a few minutes. Bill, anything you got? You've got the best job in town these days.
No, thanks. No. I've
That
got
bad?
It was about 24 hours for me,
Wow.
and much longer for the guys who actually do the work.
Have you had a break in the last, week?
No, actually, I had to go in on Friday as well, so Sunday through yesterday, and then this morning doing my own driveway.
And that's a long one.
Yep.
And we got another one coming in tonight.
Tomorrow night,
Just-
right?
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
And Eric, how are you doing?
Good. No complaints.
Excellent. And Catherine, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. I had my daughter come over today to finish the driveway into Salted. I just couldn't do it. There was too much.
Ken, you didn't clean Kathy's driveway for him?
No,
Mhm.
I had to do myself.
What's going on with your hair, Ken?
My hair, it's that I'm not wearing a hat for once.
Oh. Okay.
I haven't got much.
I thought you shaved it off.
No. There, as much as I have.
Is there anything from anybody that's online before we start? Still got a few minutes. Any questions, concerns beforehand?
Oh, I have a question. I suppose I can sub it from my planner's report. The 2 bylaw amendments, do we want to add those on to the next agenda for discussion?
Yes.
And then the very next meeting, we'll do a public hearing on them?
Yes, and she can give us the master plan update at the same time.
So we'll do that, and I'll send out the draft to Miss Miss Clancy on Plumley Road.
No, I'm wondering if I actually have to wait till 7:05, since the meeting's been requested to be continued.
If it's
Mr. Chair, I have two questions to ask you. I'm not seeing who is talking, so I would kindly request that people introduce themselves when they speak. And my computer just isn't showing who's speaking. And also, I noticed Barry Lynn is on the phone, and he usually comes for East Street Estates, and they've asked for a continuance tonight, correct?
Well, that's exactly what I was gonna go through. It's still a minute to go before the first public hearing is scheduled, but it has been, East Street Estates has been requested to be continued.
Okay,
So I think I'll do that now. I'm going to suspend our regularly scheduled meeting and reopen the East Street Estates public hearing. They have requested they requested continuance till when?
Right through the email now. Oh, looks like he didn't say a date. I would suggest pushing down.
The fourth Tuesday in March?
I doubt we're gonna have anything in 2 weeks from them, right? That's when our next meeting is.
What's our fourth Tuesday in March?
It is the 24th. Lauren, can you confirm that? It's the 24th? March?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure since February was like a perfect month.
Yep.
I mean, at least
So-
for East Street Estates, because, I'm sorry, oh, which one are we on? Sorry, I don't mean to jump.
East Street Estates.
So East,
You're
yeah, East Street Estates, because they've been delayed by they want to get out there to do borings for the retaining wall. And obviously they can't do that right now.
And they need more engineering on the drainage if they are to take the first 75 feet and cut the slopes. They'll need to do more drainage studies.
I think that one's for 130 Front Street.
That's the one there.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the next one that's gonna be continued. So,
Yeah.
all right, perfect.
So I move we continue East Street Estates until 7:05 on March 24th.
I'll second that discussion. Any
The
discussion?
discussion, John Westerling has his hand up. When is it appropriate for him to speak to this?
We're actually in the middle of a motion.
I know.
Does it affect the motion?
Mr. Chair, we have several members of our community here this evening, and I wonder if it would be appropriate for us to make our comments now or wait until it is till the rescheduled hearing.
Because there isn't a chance for anybody to respond to you, and I want to hear your questions, but I want to hear this response just as much. So if they're not in writing, please bring them on the 4th Tuesday of March so I can hear the answers to questions. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, so I'm going to continue this public hearing until the 24th of March at 7:05 and reconvene the regularly scheduled meeting. And we have a few minutes before we go on that one. So hold on a minute or two. I'll do the same thing with,
Did we already do minutes and reports?
yes, it was very quick. No planners report, no tours report, and you got the minutes and it was approved. You
Okay,
didn't. Welcome.
thank you.
For folks who are curious why we are in town hall is closed to the public. I am in town hall because I need it to be, just to get any work done today.
And
So
I'm
things start going.
I'm the chairman. You should expect no less from me.
So
Besides, she wanted me out of the house. It was easy.
I won't be out of the house.
All right, it's 7:07. I'm going to suspend the regularly scheduled hearing and reopen a 130 South Street public hearing. They have also requested a continuation.
Yes,
And
they did not give a date to request to.
and that requires the grading and the study.
Yeah, they need, all the issues that were identified last time still need to be identified.
Now, with the weather and the like, would it be difficult to expect them to come back in a couple weeks?
The weather's not impacting their work. It's more, the engineer needs to do problem solving with the applicant to figure out a way forward.
So if they have to drill borings for the,
They don't have to do borings, but they have to, they still are trying to meet with DPW to discuss the drainage issue. So there was if you remember, a component of the drainage system that doesn't meet your required specs per the subdivision rules and regulations. They are proposing a different system that they are saying is a better system, but it's like different system. They need to confirm with DPW whether or not the system they are proposing is acceptable.
that happens a lot, especially with pipes where there's we have an antiquated pipe structure or,
Sure.
and they have a new brand.
Yeah, and I believe what they're dealing with is, a high water table and things like that, so it's impacting their design.
With that. So I'm going to schedule that for March 24th at 7:15. We have 10 minutes for East Street Estates. And I'm going to reopen the regular scheduled meeting. And we do have a 7:20 public hearing, but there is, that's a while. Now, you want to give us an update on the master plan, Lauren, while we have time? I know you work on the housing.
Yeah, we don't have much of an update. I've been working on doing the draft housing chapter. So it's just a lot of sourcing data from existing plans and the census. So that'll probably take a while. maybe another month before I have a draft of the full chapter. And then as far as transportation, we're still waiting to get some scopes back from various firms to see what that'll look like.
Now, have the different boards in town given you their input as to what their expectations are for the next 5 to 10 years?
No, I haven't reached out yet. I was going to do that sort of as we work on each chapter so that I don't forget once I do receive feedback. If you want me to do that earlier, I can. That might change the direction of other chapters.
We discussed earlier, I can give you, we can do a planning board cover letter. I can give you a cover letter to the town boards requesting, whether it be DPW or housing, whoever's in that section, an update. We're updating the master plan and we'd like their update and their 5 to 10 year plan, whatever it has. They probably already have one. We just have to get it. And maybe we don't need it all, but we'll take the sections that relate to the master plan and we can incorporate that. But they should be encouraged to give us whatever they have developed already. They've already done a lot of work. Kathy can help us with, you've done a lot of work on the last few years at least. Catherine, you want to talk about the housing?
No,
Yes, you
I have
do.
nothing to say right now about the housing. I haven't really taken a look at it.
Ken, any questions on that? Any comments on the master plan?
Not right now.
Bill, Eric,
Nope.
anything?
So just a question, Tom. Kelly Lukemeyer is still on the phone and she's usually South Street?
Oh, sorry, I'll go ahead and leave. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you can
can
be
stay.
on. I just didn't know if you
We
meant
got-
to be on. You can
we
stay
got
as
9
long
minutes
as you
to
want.
kill.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm good with the status. I have no questions.
Okay, no, I just didn't want to use up your time, that's all.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'll go ahead and leave now. Thank you.
You can
Thank you
be
very
up
much.
shoveling instead, yeah.
That's right, exactly. Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Everything. We got a few minutes, so if everybody wants to go grab a beverage, please do.
Non-alcoholic, right, Tom?
I don't drink, but I'm not telling you what to do.
I'll just use the opportunity through the chair to,
Right, thank you. Take it over.
yeah, for sure. So I had an incident today that there are fake invoices going out in my name to applicants requesting fees for applications and things like that. So for the folks who are on, who maybe I haven't contacted yet, be aware of that. My office will never send like a formal invoice. We usually just reach out to you more informally, probably like with an email saying what an application fee is and what we'd be looking for peer review, peer review fees. And we certainly will never ask for a wire into a bank account. So it was a pretty sophisticated scam that happened. These scammers took all publicly available information that's easily accessible on the website that we use to keep the public informed of applications and materials being submitted. That includes applicants' names, it includes applicants' addresses. We don't post bank account information, anything like that. We don't post checks that we've received. Obviously, that doesn't get posted. Anything that's sensitive, we try not to, if it is included in an application, we would try to edit it. Well, not edit it, but redact information if it was sensitive in some way. Usually sensitive information is not being submitted to our office. Again, unless it's like a check that has routing, bank account information and stuff like that, which again, we don't post. But all the publicly available information, like I said, that you would get through an application document was used to generate an invoice, and a pretty convincing one at that. So be vigilant if you're receiving any sort of email from me or Lauren or anything that claims to be from the planning board. This one, you know, it's if you're not working with planning boards on a consistent basis, or you're working, or even you're working with planning boards across many different states, would not have picked up the fact that it called itself Planning Commission, not the Planning Board. Planning, you know, Connecticut uses the term Planning Commission. Massachusetts, we tend to not do that. We tend to be planning boards. So just FYI, always call myself or the office to verify those sorts of things, or even stop by. So it's a shame. We have to be so vigilant, but yeah, just be aware.
Well, a little bit of history. When I first started planning boards, all our rules were generally taken from New Jersey. It pretty much matched our contour and the way the towns were set up. There were some things from Pennsylvania, like outbuildings that were proposed, but we didn't do it. We now have the accessory dwelling unit. But most of our bylaws are based on a county structure, which doesn't exist many places, and it's the town that's the boss. And in most states, it's the county or the state that rules, has your bylaws, has your zoning. But in Massachusetts, towns set their own zoning, and planning boards go to a county court system if there's a problem, which is rare in the United States. So what's one of the problems that we have when people come in is that we have a lot of very different and unique processes and rules in the state. Used to be blue laws. You had to walk in front of your car with a light. I think it was 1951 that they just disbanded it, so.
They had cars back then, Tommy?
Pardon me?
They had cars back then?
Yes.
Yeah, there used to be a law that you had to have, and this didn't get suspended until the 70s. I remember you had to have a pole on the front of your vehicle with a light hanging from it.
Yeah.
Pole?
Yeah, like like there was like 10 feet long with a light hanging so people would know where you were. And they left that in place until like the 70s.
I remember when I was growing up, bicycles had to have license plates on them. I had to have a license plate on the back of mine.
I do have a question for Bill. The painting on the road going between, let's say Dunkin' Donuts and the bank, going down to 140.
Yep.
The paintings on the road don't make any sense. They don't. Who would look at that to see where they came up with that as the way to have traffic turn?
So that was part of a state project. So the state.
And if we were to find out that the most accidents that happen in Upton are fender benders that happen right in that area, could we get the state to repaint it and take another look at it?
Well, we could certainly ask. I don't know how receptive they would be, but we could certainly ask.
Yeah, I'll remind you of it, because when we do the transportation, when the police tell us where the accidents are, and if it happens to be in an area where they're fresh painted it, we may be able to put those two together. Find out why. Yep. And find out why it happened, and it may be they were following lines that shouldn't have been. Just the thought, going to Dunkin' every day.
Tom, I think it's the bike that made that area a little odd, because they have to put the bike lane kind of in the middle because of the turning lane, which makes it very confusing.
Maybe that's a good idea.
It's consistent with, it is consistent with the way bike lanes are being put in all over the place now. So I think people will get used to it. Like if you go into Bellingham, there's a similar situation where that, because the bike lane has to cut into the middle. And I think that, people just have to adjust to that, learn how to deal with the fact that not everyone's in a four-wheeled vehicle.
Give it time.
Because there's a turning lane. If there wasn't a turning lane, it wouldn't be as weird, but they have to put the bike lane in between the turning lane and the straight lanes.
Just looks wrong. All right, I'm going to open I'm going to suspend our regularly scheduled meeting and reopen a public hearing on 47 Mechanic Street for large lot reduced frontage. We have the owner and they have the engineer on as well. I see Mark, yes, go ahead, Mark.
Hi, Mark Allen with Allen Engineering, here with Amy Meller for the 47 Mechanic Street large lot reduced frontage application. I think it was about a month ago now, 2 meetings ago. We were before the board in person with a plan, and there were some comments made about the land that was going to be subject to or remaining land that was going to be landlocked. So we have submitted a revised plan to address that issue. And if I can, I'll share my camera with you. I don't know if you got a chance to get any of the application material with the storm, but I can bring that up on my computer if I can share.
We did that, right? We got that, didn't we?
Yeah, I can,
But you go ahead and bring it up, Mark.
yeah, Mark, do you
We
want
can
to
do it
try?
as- We can do it as
I'll
well.
give it a
but
shot.
go ahead with that.
Yeah, let me see if I can get this. There it is. Can everybody see that screen?
Mhm.
Yeah, can you just maximize it?
Yeah.
There you go.
So what I did for tonight's meeting is I highlighted in blue the entire 20-acre piece that will be subject to the large lot reduced frontage bylaw application. Previously, there was a line drawn which would have left the remaining piece without frontage. But since the last discussion occurred, we have revised the plan to remove that line and to make the large lot frontage reduction lot all one contiguous piece. So if there's any other questions, it's the major change we had since the last meeting. More than happy to entertain any questions.
Questions from the board? We have two that have recused. Kathy and Ken are both recused. We have Eric, you are installed as the associate on the special permit. So any questions, Bill or Eric or Margaret?
No, I mean, I think that answers the main concern you raised, Tom.
Great.
Eric, Bill?
No questions.
Got nothing.
I would say this is the plan that saves us in the future. If someone came in, this is what we would ask them to do. And I appreciate that. And if there's no objections, I would like, well, when we get in, I'd like to vote on this in 2 weeks when the members get in. Were there any objections to closing the hearing and voting on it next meeting? Okay, I'm going to close the,
Oh, before you close,
well, any from the abutters?
thank you. Yep.
Any questions from the abutters or members?
Hi, Tom Dodd. No questions at all, in support of this. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else?
As a neighbor, Tom, I'm in full support of this, and I'd like to see Amy be able to do this.
Thank you.
All right, the public hearing is closed. We will vote on this in 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, next is 3 Centennial Court. We are to accept a filing and schedule a public hearing. It's a proposed 5 garden-style apartment units.
David Click, attorney representing the applicant, is on. Should you have any questions about the initial filing itself, obviously this is just the, you're just receiving the application and scheduling the public hearings. You don't want to get into detail.
This is your first chance to ask us questions that might save you money.
In terms of what I have on behalf of my client, Grandin Realty Trust, the applicant, I think at this point in speaking with Michael and Lauren on February 11th, I am likely to file just a supplemental memo just to fill in the board just a little bit more with regards to the right of way. That's part of this property. But outside of that, I think we've pretty much covered everything.
Okay. So, should we schedule a public hearing now, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, I would suggest scheduling public hearing. I think the filing is complete. We received fees. The application, the site plan itself, you have a substantial amount of information that Attorney Click provided to you and support of the application, things like that, so.
What takes the most time is for the reviews, not only from our peer review engineer, but the towns, different town boards that need to look at it, whether that be the fire, the police, DPW, emergency, whatever, and conservation. So how's the 24th? Would a month be okay to get the town's responses ready? And do you think that's enough time?
For the town, everybody should be fairly familiar with this from the town side. Taking a second bite of the apple, this already went through zoning board.
Okay.
For a few things. So it was already sent around to the departments at that time. So I know DPW is very familiar with it. Fire, they're not, I know it was sent to them, but again, they should be familiar. Police should be familiar, but so I think that's plenty of time. We certainly can't.
Would the parking, including handicap, look at it at the ZBA? Would that be the site plan?
Gotta be site plan.
So
Yeah.
that'll have to. We still don't have a senior person for that, do we? Not a senior person, but a
88 coordinator.
88 coordinator.
Technically, that is the building commissioner to some capacity. The building commissioner's role is to enforce architectural access board regulations locally, but the 88 coordinator title is does other things as well. So I think it's more of a shared responsibility currently between Tanya over the senior center and the building commissioner.
But is there a position open that we haven't filled for that? Do we know?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So how about 7:30 on March 24th? Public hearing. Site plan review. Be able to get the notifications out and back in time. We'll be able to get the reviews.
That's the soonest we can get notifications out, is the 24th.
Yeah, and you're okay with getting the notification? Is the site plan review requested? Or that's not? That's just a.
I'll have to request that now.
Okay. Good.
So Lauren, I don't think we've reached out to anybody on that yet, have we? The peer review on that? I can't remember. If not, we obviously will.
But for
Yeah, I don't think so.
But for a 5-unit development, it's just going to be, it's not going to be that much land disturbance, and I can't imagine there'll be a lot of conservation involvement. So
Conservation will be involved because it does abut their wetlands immediately upon the back of the property. David, if I'm right, I believe if you haven't already gone to Concom, you probably will. Is that correct?
That's right. That'll be our next stop. I have spoken with the conservation agent. She's aware that we'll be filing for an order of conditions.
okay, then we should be all set for 7:30 on March 24th.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lauren, can you print out a copy of that for me? Because it's hard to read the whole thing on, on the screen. And quite frankly, David, looks really interesting to read. It has a lot of history and stuff in it. So I'd like to read it before the meeting. And you can just leave it upstairs and I'll pick it. It won't be this week, next week when I come by.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so 0 Mechanic Street, we are to accept the filing and schedule a public hearing. It's a permit for proposed senior housing. How many units in that one? Let's see, how many?
16. Travis, you're on.
Yeah, for the record, Travis Brown, Turning Point Engineering. Yeah, we filed for 16 units, so essentially the same design that we spoke to you informally a few weeks back. So we have refined that design, have filed a notice of intent with the Conservation Commission. So, both boards are running concurrently, just so, plans get updated makes sense. So everybody's working with the same materials. I guess at this point, knowing that the meeting's going to be, I think, March 24th, based on the notices, I guess it would be good if we could get peer review maybe worked out, get a couple scopes. I had mentioned that to Mike and Lauren. So If that's
Sure.
something that can be done, in the meantime, I think it would make sense.
So I probably won't be able to get peer review comments for the 24th. I
It's-
can probably set it up.
Well, even if that's this is a larger project. I'd like to take that extra 2 weeks and have it, make sure everybody gets a good look at it. It's an impact to the neighborhood just because of its size. So I like to take the extra couple weeks and not rush things. So if we put that to the first meeting in April as well.
April, Lauren, can you confirm April 14th?
Yeah,
So
let me
that's the
check.
second Tuesday?
Second
Yeah,
Tuesday
April 14th is the second Tuesday.
at 7:05. We'll put you on first at 7:05. And
Yes,
in the meantime, it makes things a lot easier at the public hearing if we have all of the information back from the town boards, whether that be DPW, fire, police, and the reviewing engineer. We have all that back. We can answer the questions at the public hearing.
Okay, so I guess what I'm hearing is this would go out for peer review and likely we would have comments back for that April 14th meeting.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm hoping by putting it out that extra meeting date. I honestly don't think I'd have peer review comments back for the March, what was it, March 24th?
Yeah,
And we technically, we don't need to give you any engineering report before the public hearing because what you submit to the town clerk is what the public hearing is going to be on.
right.
So if you start bringing in this meeting, everything new that you've done since you filed it, the neighbors are going to not know what you're talking about. So the meeting should really focus on what you filed. Now, if you know what the engineer said, right after we give you a thing, you can answer the questions that came up during the meeting. This is what you're doing on these particular questions. So yes, it's good for you to have it, but it's also good for you to be prepared at the meeting with what you filed. Does that make sense?
Yes. So I guess if that's the play, is there any issue doing it on the 24th then if we're not gonna get, if we don't address peer review and don't add new materials to the mix? I mean, that would just be the initial presentation.
I would, but that now you're not being fair to the abutters. I want the abutters to have all the information. I want them to have the peer review. I want them to know when they come into this meeting, I don't want to be half-assed. So I'm gonna take the extra 2 weeks so that we can be prepared for the meeting, for the abutters. I mean, it doesn't, not for you and I, but for the people that it's gonna impact. They need to get full information at the public hearing. Worst thing is for me to say, I don't know, and they ask me a question about something I should know. It's embarrassing, so I'm gonna take those extra 2 weeks to not embarrass people.
Yeah, no, I'm not, I'm looking to work with you. I'm just trying to understand the process. So if I have peer review comments, I mean, those are a topic of conversation at that first meeting. I'm not gonna walk in there with revised plans, but I think it's,
Right,
for
that's
discussion purposes.
It's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't come into the meeting with revised plans, even though you have the information. You have them there, but that's not your original presentation.
Yep, understood.
Okay, so that's at April 14th, 7:05 public hearing.
Okay,
Thank-
Tom, I do have a concern, and I think it was misinterpreted the last meeting. I raised an issue at the last meeting about the site of the driveway. And my concern had nothing to do with its location across from the Dodds property. My concern is where the driveway is proposed. It's at the top of a blind curve. And so when you're going, I drive that street a lot. And when you're going down, and I used to ride my bike on that street when I was a kid, and going down that hill, you can't see if you're coming up the hill, you can't see the driveway because of the hill. So I'm not sure about the sight lines, but you cannot, and I went up the other day and I actually took some pictures because I was trying to see how on earth, you can configure it to see around that corner, and you can't. And down the bottom of the hill, there's a pretty flat area that I don't think requires any waivers. And it looks like there's less of a incline or the same type of incline as the one at the top of the hill, but that leaves plenty of room for somebody to, see ongoing traffic. But I have real concerns with the location of the traffic at the top of that hill. And anybody who has any questions on it can drive by. I did take some pictures of it. I sent them to Mike. But I think that safety is definitely an issue, and that's going to be an issue for me. So again, I think that, you responded to the concern that you thought I had, and that wasn't the concern. The concern I had was that hill and that being basically a blind driveway at the top of a curved hill. So,
Yeah, so we should get comments from the chief of police, right? Those are the kinds of issues that the police usually raise as well.
Yeah.
And I would second-
More importantly, maybe the sightline distance that they provide to our peer review engineer that says when you come out to the road at must be like a 4-foot level, you can see 200 feet in each direction at a certain speed of the road. If the road is posted at 65, I think it's a little different, but at a 30-mile-an-hour posted speed limit, 200 foot to the left and right is usually okay. Now, but that's something that they have to prove, that they have a safe entrance and access
but the
to the road.
hill changes that, because if it was flat, you have that curve right at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into too much detail on this because it's not a public hearing. I guess what I would say is based on our conversation before, I provided a bunch of detailed information on why we put that there. We believe that's the best place for this project for those traveling on Mechanic Street, like you said, and I don't disagree. It is on a corner, but where we put it enables us to clear vegetation. And as you probably are aware by traveling that right off the pavement, that grade comes up quickly, which doesn't allow you to see. So that situation will actually be improved, in our opinion. And again, this is going to be peer reviewed.
Okay.
They're going to have comments based on our site distance measurements. But, we believe that that's the best location for this project.
All right, thank you very much. And if nothing else, we will see you on April 14th.
Very good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Lauren reminded us in the chat that we have Grove Street is tentatively rescheduled for 7:10 on that date. So I'll just do either 5 or 10 minutes after that, right? So you do 7:15 or 7:20.
7:15 it is. Thank you very much. It'll be
Very good.
7:15 on April 14th.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Any other comments, the board? Well, are there any other optics that were not reasonably anticipated?
We don't have any A&R plan, right, Lauren? I didn't see anything.
No, we haven't gotten anything.
Grove Street Bridge, any update on that? Bill, do you have any update on when the Grove Street Bridge is going to get replaced?
No,
Do you have any idea when they're doing that?
I don't.
Right, because that's going to impact the project, that project, right?
I believe we're still seeking a Chapter 91 license. Which is.
Free money?
Pardon me?
Free money?
No, it's a license that has to do with doing work by a water body.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I do believe the applicant is well aware of that project, but I'll bring it up to them again.
All right, anything from the board? All right.
Nope. I don't know if it's general, if it's open to the public, but it's next Friday. No, this Friday. This Friday, there's going to be like a meet and greet with the new town manager at noon here in town hall. So I know that was sent out to staff. I don't know if that was sent out, if that's for boards as well, but just FYI.
You're all welcome to go give them a hard time.
We can crash it.
All right, thank you very much. Meeting adjourned at 7:39 p.m.